Care Sunday, self-care edition. How are you? And you, but most importantly, you. Yes, you. How are you tonight? What are you all for on this Sunday night? The where are we? 14th, the 14th of December. Almost halfway there, people, and the first night of Hanukkah for those who celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. Let's all be festive and be the festival of lights. We can all use a little festivity in our world here. Most definitely. Religion doesn't need anything to do with it. We can just be festive. We can. It is great to be here with you live tonight. We've been festive in our house tonight, so it's been a good night for a good night. Indeed, it has. So I am excited to be here with you all tonight. On this Sunday night. Wow, I mean, we've got 11 days till Christmas, 10 days till Christmas Eve, 10 shopping days. Uh, for those of you that are open Christmas Eve, I know some of you close on Christmas Eve and everything, but essentially 10 shopping days left. It is time to get it all going here. That is for sure, because the clock uh, is ticking, 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 ticking. Hey, Jessica, Sherry, great to have you with us live tonight. Yes, that shopping clock is definitely ticking for those last minute shoppers. And even, quite honestly, the whole shipping thing. I mean, you're really running out of for sure time on shipping. Even in the Amazon world, if you go order something on Amazon, you'll see that the shipping times when it's going to get to you are further and further out, or get pushed an extra day, and all sorts of things are happening. So that time is running out. But that is where you don't have to worry with brick and mortar. You don't have to worry with your store where they can buy it off your website or your Facebook page or just a phone call. Yes, they can still call you and say, hey, I need this. Do you still have that? What do you have for me? That is what you can do, um, and save people in ways that other people cannot. So that is the amazing thing of your connected store. Let's get started with our year of positive thinking. Uh, well, this is a little deep. The understanding of life. Life can be messy, unexpected, and complicated, but it can also be filled with magic and overwhelming beauty. You can push up against the contradiction of this contradiction or choose to follow alongside it. The decision is yours. Accepting life as it is allows you the freedom to bend without breaking, regardless of what life sends your ways. Bend without breaking. That is it's an important theme this time of year because it is hard. There are a lot of stresses and different things that happen, and being able to bend and not get broken by it is truly amazing. Hey, Rose. Oh, I love Mount Dora. Love. Mount Dora is a favorite place of ours. I love the downtown in Mount Dora. I love that you're doing that. That is what I've been talking about, self-care and taking care of you. That is where it starts. It's doing spontaneous things like that, Rose. Spontaneous things like that are how you do it. That is awesome. I'm so proud of you for doing that. I know that's not easy, but it really does allow some amazing freedom when you do that. So good job, Rose. Very proud of you. So tonight I wanted to talk. I'm just going to keep it to bonuses tonight because I want to keep you guys. I want you to know the rules on bonuses, and then but I want to right at the top uh, tell you do whatever you feel comfortable with. Do whatever you feel comfortable with, but I'm going to explain the tax ramifications and the legal ramifications. And do whatever you feel comfortable with. Or if you are unsure or want to talk out your individual situation, send me an email, okay? And I will be happy to hop on the phone with you and talk that out because I know how deeply personal bonuses are at the small business level. At the small business level, bonuses are a big deal, okay? Because when you give a bonus, it is very much to that person. It isn't to the position. Hey Lou, how are you? Great to have you here from Iowa. It isn't to the position necessarily. It is to the person. It is to their life. It is because of how they have contributed to your store's life and to you personally. It is extremely personal. So I everything I'm going to give you tonight is about the legal and about that side of it, and I want you to understand and know it. Sorry. And how you choose to proceed is entirely up to you. So one of the wonky areas of bonuses that really gets wonky with resale is store owners like to give their employees store credit. Okay, and that is a very common thing because your employees love to most employees of resale love to shop. Overwhelmingly, they love to shop. So getting a bonus in store credit feels like a win-win. Lower cost potentially or for the store or ability to give a higher amount at a lower cost, okay, and a win for the employee being able to buy things that they want for themselves. So feels like a win-win. The IRS looks at that differently. Okay? The IRS looks at that or any bonus that you give, whether you give cash, okay? Some people like to give cash. Yes, good old fashioned because it feels good when you give cash, okay? If giving cash feels good, okay? Actual cash, okay, feels good to you and the employee. Actual real money. Okay? Hard-earned money feels good to you, feels good to the employee. So all those things are normal. Let me rephrase that. Not normal. Are things that feel good. Okay? That touch you in a way that makes everybody feel good. Excuse me. So that is a common thing that those are common ways that stores like to give it. Less common is actually in people's payroll. Okay, to actually give a bonus and add it to their paycheck is a less common way of doing it. Okay, and the reason it is less common in small business, the reason you see it less often is because people want them to feel like if I gave you $100, so that you got $100 and that you had that ability to go spend $100. It is that feeling that has store owners give it in different ways. But the store that actually gives that bonus in their paycheck is doing it correct from the IRS perspective. Okay, actually doing it as part of payroll. And from a tax perspective, the tax law doesn't treat your employee who's making $10, $15, $20 an hour, $30 an hour, doesn't matter what they're making, any different than the CEO of General Motors or Walmart. Okay, you are viewed, or some baseball player or football player. Okay, the IRS views that the same way. It's income. It is income, and the IRS wants their share. The IRS is like, okay, two for them, three for us. You know, the IRS wants their share. The IRS wants their share. And so you have that side of it. Okay? You have that side of it, which is why doing it in payroll is the quote unquote correct from a tax perspective way. The and that's where you get into trouble with things like store credit. The other place that you get into trouble, and this gets a little weedy, and I apologize for weeds here, but I want you to understand in a broad brush tax policy. And if you're not if you are a member of Next Level, we do have a whole lesson on this that goes into even more detail if you need a refresher. But store credit bonuses, okay, or bonuses you gave in cash, okay, let's say it never, until it comes back on you, okay, it never feels like a bad thing. Until the IRS comes knocking on your door, or actually, it's usually the state, Department of Labor, the state Department of Revenue. The state version of IRS usually comes knocking before the feds do on a small business. And it's two-sided. One is you're not counting, it is the employee's income, okay? Whether you gave it a store credit bonus, whether you gave them a cash bonus, it's viewed as income. And so the IRS wants, or the State Department of Revenue wants their share of that. And if you didn't collect it in payroll, okay, and run it through as payroll, you could be responsible for both the employer and the employee side of taxes. And you could be, depending on the state and depending on how the state views the situation, okay, you could be responsible for triple damages, okay, and triple even what you gave them as a bonus, not just triple what's due in taxes, but you can be responsible for triple the amount of the bonus. Yes, triple the amount of the bonus. So doing a good, quote unquote, good thing, giving your employees store credit, okay, let's say you give them $100 in store credit, okay, you could be responsible for $300 in actual cash damages plus the tax on that. Okay. And I know that sounds crazy. All I wanted to do was give Susie $100 so that she could buy nice things for her family in the store, nice used things for her family in the store. And now you end out owing in real money $300, okay, plus the taxes on $300, plus Susie already got the $100. Okay, so now you're out all this money plus all the aggravation with it. Now, is it worth it to put yourself at risk for that? Okay, all of that is entirely a personal decision. And this is where I can have this discussion in the broad spectrum, and I can also have it with you one-on-one. If you're comfortable, you only have Susie, let's say, you only have this one employee, so you know how much that $100 is helping Susie and Susie getting the whole thing, and you're not worried about being turned in to the Department of Revenue or the Department of Revenue figuring it out or the IRS figuring it out. And so you're good. And even if they did, being out another 300, you're okay with that because you did right by Susie, then it's fine. But let's say you had 10 employees, and now that $1,000 becomes that $100 becomes $1,000, which then becomes $3,000. or an even bigger number, $30,000. What's the number? And if it's uncomfortable, if you ever had to face that and that would make you uncomfortable, that would not feel good, then don't do it. What a lot of places do, the other way that people deal with it is if I want to give Susie $100, I might you figure out what it's going to be so that Susie ends out with $100 net in a bonus check. Uh, uh, you know, what a lot of businesses do will give the $120. If they want them to end out with $100, they give them $117 or $120 so that after taxes they get a check for $100. And that's one way around it. And even gift certificates to other places are still viewed as compensation. Again, you got to think like Walmart and GM. Okay, if they buy them a country club membership or give them access to the company plane, all of that is taxable income. And so, I mean, all of it can be viewed by the revenue officers as that. That's where it gets weedy. Okay, and that's where you just have to. And Rose, all I'm telling you is make the decision you make, knowing what the possible consequences are. I can't make it for you. I know the size of your staff. I've been in your store. I know what and it's do what you're comfortable with, knowing the potential risk. Okay, and usually it's the stores that go crazy and give store credit year round or do things year round. I'm not saying I can't tell you what to do. I can make you aware of the ramifications of doing it. Hey, you're doing something right, finally. Hey, Jessica. Yes, because the Canadian revenue people like it too. And it's just, I want you to be aware of it, okay? Because we've had businesses get in trouble for this. It's usually not the one thing. It's usually not the one holiday bonus. It's usually a bunch of other things. Where people really get into trouble is when they start giving store credit for payroll as their regular payroll. Like you have Susie who just works for free stuff. They get into real trouble because that relationship always eventually goes south. Um, so just be aware of it. Just be aware of what it is and what the ramifications are, and do what you feel comfortable with, knowing all this. I have educated you in a broad spectrum, and we do have a whole lesson on it that I did that goes into a little bit more detail. But it's important this time of year, and so I just want you to be aware. And I'm happy to hop on a call with you this week. I know it's a busy week for everybody, but if you want to just talk it out, just email me and I'll hop on a call with you and I'll talk it out with you. Because I'm happy to do that. And I've seen the good that this does. I've seen the good and the bad and the ugly, and I mean, it was funny because even a couple weeks ago, I was talking with my bank and some of the people that have been there when the bank was really, really small, and they used to do things like I'm talking about, where they would just give little bonuses. They'd give somebody $100 for something. They'd give them a gift card for something. And now that the bank's gotten bigger, even if they win a gift card or they win a coffee maker or they would get something else, it's instantly in their paycheck. It's instantly listed on their payroll as income. And, I mean, size has done that to them. And size has done it, but they probably got into trouble for it long before they were of size. Is what I'm talking about. So there is my there is my 2 cents on it. Think about it while you're enjoying Mount Dora, which is an absolutely beautiful area of Florida. Absolutely love downtown Mount Dora. It is a place that Cassandra and I truly appreciate, Rose. So enjoy your time there. You know what else you can enjoy? This video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running the store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, ring the bell. Ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish. Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish. But if you, yes, you have a question in between, just email me. Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with our year of positive thinking. I read you our opening one. Let's see what we got for a closing one. Let's see here. Oh, I like this one. Forgive yourself. You are human. Ease up on yourself. You're doing the best you can. Take a break. Breathe deeply. And forgive yourself for everything. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a happy Hanukkah party. We're kicking Hanukkah off tonight. It's going to be an amazing week ahead, a week of brightness and amazing things as we head into that final stretch towards Christmas. But until then, and until Wednesday at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you, yes, you, on Wednesday.